Happy December. I know it is. It's December.
Oh my God, it's December 1st. I was waiting for you to go December 7th. No,
December
it's just the 1st. We
And
got here, we made it.
We have a very special guest.
Yeah.
Sweet Charity's Nikka Graff Lanzarone is here.
Who's awesome and very glamorous.
Very glamorous.
And Sweet Charity is awesome. It's like the
Love
hottest thing off Broadway right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, good luck getting a ticket. I mean, you're going to want to after you see this interview, but there are tickets. There are ways in. We'll talk about that.
You
and
will.
about how awesome she is.
Awesome. We have a Broadway opening tonight.
Oh yeah, Bronx Tale. Welcome to Broadway, Chaz Palminteri.
Welcome back to Broadway, Chaz Palminteri.
Well, you know what I mean. And Robert De Niro, Broadway musical director.
Who knew?
Whoever would have guessed?
It's amazing.
Well, and Jerry Zaks.
And Jerry Zaks.
I mean, Jerry Zaks,
It's a co-direction.
who's created what, like 87 Broadway smash hits.
That's correct. That was the right number.
This show is very fun. I saw it last night. It's so funny. I saw it at Paper Mill. It's so interesting to watch a show like grow over time because it's very different, but it's great.
It's great. Come on,
It
it's
hits
a great
all
story.
it hits all the points. Great Alan Menken score and Bobby Conte Thornton. Welcome to Broadway. I mean, that's his Broadway debut, and he's the lead. It's awesome. And who else is in it?
Richard H. Blake,
Who's on Show People
who's
this
on
week?
Show People this week.
Who else?
Ariana DeBose, our vlogger.
Yeah. All
The
sorts
Bronx Bullet.
All sorts of Nick Cordero.
Nick Cordero's
Who's
fantastic
like
as
the
a mobster.
best, most lovable thug you've ever met.
Lovable thug, that's his specialty.
This is fun. You know, people know this, but you know, he was in. Beth did a great piece with Chaz Palminteri that you guys have to watch.
House.
We went to his house.
That was amazing.
Upstate, which was amazing. Like the gate, and then you drive in, and there's like a fountain, like the circular driveway, and huge dogs. It was amazing. We got to go in his office. The whole thing was amazing. Anyway, Beth did a great video. You have to watch that in the Tales from the Script, and Caitlin did great photos. But what's interesting is that he went and saw Bullets Over Broadway, because, you know, it's a musical, and Nick Cordero was playing his role, and he was like, that guy, he's the one for Bronx Tale.
That's him.
So now he can just keep doing Chaz Palminteri movie to music.
I can't wait for Usual Suspects to become a musical. Just
or that one
with
with Cher. The one that he did with Cher. That'd be,
sure.
I mean, Nikka can be in that with him.
Anyway,
what else? There's a closing. There's closing notice news too, right?
Yes, so The Humans is going to close on January 15th.
And then go on the road.
And go on a national tour that will launch next November at the Seattle Rep. Weren't you just talking about Seattle Rep?
Oh my God, I literally brought up Seattle Rep.
That's not important.
Randomly.
But we already knew it was probably closing soon because Come From Away has booked that theater to begin performances on February 18th.
But now there's another closing.
There is. This is a big one.
This one you have a little bit of time.
We've got time. Paramore, which is at the Lyric Theater, the Cirque du Soleil Spectacular, say that 3 times, that is going to close on April 16th because they are going to renovate the Lyric Theater.
That's not the whole story. But
That's all I know.
No, there's more to the story.
All I know. I only read the
There's more to the story. But they said it's going to move somewhere.
It's going to move. It's going to relocate.
They said it'll move to another theater.
We don't know where, though.
And now we'll have to see what's coming to the Lyric Theater after renovation. That's all I'm saying. What else?
Ooh, you know things. Ride the Cyclone is extending
off Broadway.
Oh my God, what
a weird, fascinating, weird show. I saw it the other night. Like, it's really riveting, and the cast is amazing, but it's so effing weird.
There's your pull quote right there.
I applaud weird shows.
So that's now running through the end of the year, through December 28th.
Because it got like a great review in the New York Times this morning. Yeah.
But I'm sure it's more about you calling it weird. That's why it's doing so well.
Weirdly brilliant.
On the site, you can also see Josh Groban singing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas."
Yeah, we just had a weird technical thing.
Yeah, we just got a real extreme close up. Josh Groban.
Is it open bar today, Caitlin?
Yeah.
Did the bar open upstairs?
No.
Okay.
Leftover from breakfast.
I hope you all enjoyed that.
I hope you liked my close.
It's all good. Extreme close up.
So that's on the site of the tree lighting ceremony with Josh Groban of Great Comet.
Oh yeah, he's
a
new Broadway star, Josh Groban.
New Broadway star, but everyone always loved him as a singer. Anyway, there are a lot of features on the site that went up today.
Yes.
Staff picks for December. What was your staff pick?
I don't remember.
Your staff pick was Hairspray Live.
Oh yeah, Hairspray Live.
Why do I even ask? My staff pick. What was my staff pick?
Fences.
Correct.
Because we're obsessed with August Wilson.
Which we say every
And there's a
time
great new. We say it
it.
every day. There's a great new billboard in Times Square for Fences, which is, by the way, going to be a huge Oscar movie.
Of course.
Right?
Because it's brilliant.
But I was looking through traffic for last year, and I remember Denzel Washington committed to directing every August Wilson play into a movie. That actually happened.
There are 10.
This is the first of 10.
That's correct.
That's really going to happen? That's a crazy
I hope so,
commitment.
because it will be amazing.
That's huge.
Yes.
Anyway, so I hope so.
So that's on the site. We've got show clips for In Transit.
Yeah.
We have...
Which opens in like a week and a half.
Yes.
That's the last opening of Broadway before Christmas.
You know so much stuff.
I'm just sharing that
so
information.
We have a fresh face with Richard Armitage, who's in Love, Love, Love.
Yes,
Country.
very dashing foreigner on the boards. Yeah.
And of course, your show people with Richard Blake,
Yeah.
My Tales from the Script with Chaz Palminteri.
Yeah.
And we also have an On the Scene with the Illusionists. And something else happened today.
What?
The Hamilton mixtape.
Oh, right, that was a big deal.
A little mini concert at the Richard Rodgers Theater, and I got to go. And
Beth basically did the Grammy Awards today.
I did the Grammy Awards today. I got to interview Ja Rule. Like that, I never thought that would happen.
She never saw that on her list.
I never really in my dreams.
Never dreamt that.
Yeah, and a
Your
lot
dreams,
of other people.
you couldn't dream that big. But it happened. And who else? Ashanti?
Yes.
She was in The Wiz.
Really?
It's all musical theater. Right?
It's only musical theater.
That's my way in. But yeah, it's like the hottest.
Really
and the album comes out tomorrow.
The album drops tomorrow.
Drops tomorrow.
I can say it because I have like Grammy
We should say drops for Broadway openings. Dear Evan Hansen drops on Sunday.
That sounds weird.
I don't know. I think it kind of works.
I don't like it.
All right, Beth.
Anyway.
You
Nikka.
leave with your black top, and we're gonna bring another glamorous
Bye, everyone.
Nikka Graff Lanzarone.
Oh wow, that's so fun.
Hi.
That's so fun. Hi.
How are you?
I'm
so
so good.
tall.
How are you?
So tall.
That's right.
Sometimes I'm next to Beth. I feel like I want to lie, but you know.
But now you don't have to.
No, I don't have
You
to.
can sit up straight. That's all.
You're starring in Sweet Charity.
I am in Sweet Charity.
Oh my
It's
God,
so
how's it
fun.
going?
Oh my God, we're having the greatest time.
I went and saw it a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think you saw me from this. Did you see me from the stage?
I think you were in one of my staring at chairs.
I was in one of those spots. Thank you to Bridget for putting me in those chairs, publicist Bridget. Yeah, so it's so close.
It's so close.
It's so crazy to see like a big classic musical.
You're this far away.
Yeah, this far.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was this far from you.
It's,
But you were dressed very glamorous.
You know, we have a whole lot of sparkly.
What is that lady's name that you play? The glamorous.
Oh, the glamorous lady,
Yeah.
Ursula.
She's so.
Ursula.
So and you're supposed to be like the girl, you're like a film star, the girlfriend of a film star. You're just a hot.
Of the film
You're a
star.
hot date.
Hey, thanks.
You're the hot date.
You know what, I do what I
among
can.
other roles. And so what's it been like putting it together? Because this is such a reinvention
Yeah.
of this show.
And that's been kind of the amazing thing about it, is that we are taking a show that's normally done with a cast of 30
Yeah.
and a huge amount of everything you think of when you think of a huge musical,
Yeah.
and stripping it down to 12 people figuring out how to tell this story without hopefully making anything seem like there are gaps to be filled in. And,
Right,
and
that's what's crazy about it, is that it doesn't feel that way. And then you
It's-
kind of go like, wait, what were all those other people doing?
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
dancing. I guess they were dancing.
They were dancing, but also like the role, Joel Perez
Yes.
plays 3 different roles that were originally played by 3 different
Yeah.
people, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
taking on all of that, and
Yeah.
every single
He
one of
sings
us.
to you every night.
He does.
Yeah, it's like a very
He's so
sexy
dreamy.
moment.
He's so dreamy.
And so Sutton Foster, we know her.
Also,
Hi,
just
Sutton.
hi Sutton, you're
How
a
you doing?
unicorn.
She plays Charity Hope Valentine,
She sure does.
who we love.
Yeah.
And the primary scene that you're in, where you're playing Ursula, there's this whole bit going on where she's in your boyfriend's apartment basically,
Yep.
and she's hiding.
She sure is.
So you don't see her. So you're doing one of those things of like you're never seeing her, but she's actually like right there, like right outside of your vision, right?
It's kind of great. We get to like stop for a while, do farce, and
Yeah.
then go back to.
Yeah.
Then it's like you get to hit on so many different styles of comedy
Yeah.
and so many different styles of storytelling in this show. And I've never done straight farce before, and it's just the most fun.
And she's being ridiculous.
I
she's
wish I
doing the
could see it,
full-
and I wish I could see it, but I'm trying so hard,
Was there, and Joelle is also hilarious
Mm-hmm.
off stage. Was there a lot of fun creating this and a lot of laughs? And I mean,
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but and also it's very technical. That kind of comedy is so very technical and so very much like you have to wait until you hear this thing, and then you have to turn to make sure that by the time you turn, she's gone. And so
Right.
it's just as choreographed as anything else. But
Yeah.
the fun is in making sure that it doesn't feel that way,
Yeah.
and in like flying free within the structure that you've created.
have there been any crazy moments with having the audience that close? Are you distracted at all by weird people wearing weird outfits or like doing
That
weird
actually
things?
happened yesterday. We had some people in some crazy outfits that we were like, what is your story? Tell us about you. Like, I know I'm on stage right now, but you seem so interesting to me. Thankfully, about 5 years ago, I got to do an immersive production of Hello Again off Broadway, where everyone was also at the transport group. So everyone was also this far away, and I remember having
sex.
And
having sex.
And I remember having to move Ben Brantley out of the way so that I could do
New York Times critic.
New York Times critic. So that I could, crawl up on a pole and have sex with
Why was he on
Vanessa.
your pole?
He was leaning on my pole, and
No,
I was
Ben,
like,
you stay in your seat.
and I felt,
Stay
and I
in
was
your
like,
seat.
I don't know how to feel about
Stay
this
in your
right now.
lane.
It's so awkward. You don't know that I know who you are, and I know who you are, and but you're on my pole.
Get off my pole.
Get off my pole, Ben Brantley. So thankfully, I'm really glad I had that experience, so that this kind of experience.
Well, once you move Ben Brantley,
all bets are off.
whatever.
So it's like thankful, and a lot of the other company members haven't had experiences where they've had to work that closely to their audiences. So it's been a really fun thing to navigate and figure out, and every audience is different. The other fun thing now is are seeing people's Fitbits light up when they clap.
That's so funny because I wear one, and I'm that guy now, and I notice it, and I'm like, it's really, well, you know what's funny? You get steps. You get steps when you clap. You get their steps. It's a trick. It's good
to know.
But yeah, no, it's really obnoxious, kind of, isn't it? I'm sorry.
No.
I actually might be one of the people you're
your
referring
fault.
to. You're being really polite about it, but it was actually me.
No, it was more interesting than anything else. And people mouth lyrics back at you, and it's like it's a free for all in the best possible way.
So Nicolette has a question. I have the same question, so I'm going to ask you. What was one of your favorite memories from Women on the Verge? You were in David Yazbek. We loved that musical. It was like it was like a flop, but people love it. And the score's amazing, and it didn't run, and it should have. And
if it's a flop that people love, does that mean it's a cult?
It's a cult
Does that mean
classic.
it's a cult classic? Or
but you have such a Almodovar look to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's one of my favorite filmmakers. And by the way, opening night of that show, I got to meet him, and I was so freaking out that I got to meet him. But before that, I always said his name wrong. I said Almodovar, Almodovar, and I learned. And see, now my head's correctly programmed. But yeah, you have such a look of those glamorous Spanish women in his movies.
Thanks. I remember.
So did you walk in going clearly you're gonna cast me?
Oh, I've never had this feeling about a job ever in my life, and I remember when I got the appointment, I watched the movie to prepare a little bit, and that first time you see her, she's in the rearview mirror, and she whips around and stares down the camera, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this job. And I've never felt that way before or since about anything.
Yeah.
But it's like the voice didn't come from within me. It's just it came from somewhere else.
And if they do All About My Mother on Broadway, I'm getting you.
Great, I'll take it.
Although you can do Penelope Cruz's role. It's a good role.
I'll take it.
And you were also in Chicago.
Yeah.
You played a very important role in Chicago.
I sure did. That was really fun.
Rough Velma.
I
Velma
love her
Kelly.
so much. Oh man, I love her.
Would you do her again?
Oh my god, in
Would you do
a
her
heartbeat.
again?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
It's that kind of show. It's only 5 o'clock, Paul. Yeah.
Billy wants to know what's your dream role.
My dream role is Louise and Gypsy.
Ooh.
My mom and I really want to do it together.
Wait, who in?
My mom is Eileen Graff.
You want to do it with your mom?
Yeah, we think that we really want to.
Why can't we do this?
I don't know. Who? Anybody? Anybody.
Why can't we do it? Yeah, let's talk about the Graff theatrical dynasty since you brought it up.
Oh, what a segue.
There's Randy Graff.
There is, and it's currently starring in the Babylon
Line.
At
Lincoln Center, off
so
Broadway.
We'll see that too.
She's done in a lot of she was Fontaine. She's amazing.
Tony Award
And
winner
then
for
there's
City of
Todd
Angels.
Graff.
There is Todd Graff.
And there's a movie called Camp that you guys know. Todd made that movie. So it was you were kind of destined for this world?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm the third generation behind the counter in the family business.
So who's the first generation?
My grandfather was a singer, a pit singer, and had his own vocal group, and had a vocal group that opened for the Rat Pack in Vegas.
What?
And yeah.
Wow.
He was a jingle singer and a real studio
That's
musician.
awesome.
And my parents met doing the original Broadway production of Grease. So
wow.
it's all,
Were they both in it?
My mom was the first replacement for Sandy. And my father was in the pit. He was the music director,
And it was a
conductor.
showmance.
It was.
Showmance,
A showmance that
did
worked
really
out.
good. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the good things that come out of showmances sometimes. So let's talk about the ensemblist.
Yay!
Because you have this whole other fan base, not about your performing, but you have like this crazy popular podcast.
Thanks.
Talk about that. How did that start? You've like 80 something episodes now,
Yeah,
right?
we're at 80, I think 80.
My Fitbit just vibrated. Sorry.
I think 85 comes out this weekend.
85. So how often do you do
85.
them?
They come out
Who's
10
we?
a.m.
Who's we?
Mo Brady, the
Yes.
amazing Mo Brady, and there's a team of 5 of us that make the thing happen.
So how often, and what
so
is the
every
focus of the
Sunday-
ensemblist?
So the ensemblist, we call it Broadway from the inside out. It's an inside look at what it takes to make a Broadway show from the perspective of an ensemble member.
Mm-hmm.
So our episodes cover things that you sort of look at in your program and you see that it's a job title, or you see that it's something that might be interesting but don't know what it is. So what is the swing? What is a dance captain? What does it mean for a show to have split tracks? What is the tech process like? What is it like on tour? Pretty much any question you have about what it's like to be in the ensemble of a show, we have either answered it or are planning to answer it
Cool.
shortly. And this season, we have been focusing on the history of the ensemble experience through the 9 musicals that have won the Pulitzer Prize for Drama.
Wow, cool.
So it's been a little bit of a departure for us, but also hopefully by this weekend we will have a different kind of picture on what it was like to be in the ensemble of a show in 1932 as
Wow.
opposed to now.
That's amazing. So is that like as an actor, as a performer, is it awesome to have this creative outlet that you're totally in control of?
Yep.
That's not based on auditions or like you guys create this.
Yeah, we do.
Whether you're in a job or not in a job, this is your thing. It's like
Yeah.
this whole other thing.
It's
so
a whole other thing, and we get to be creative in different ways and figure out the kinds of stories we want to be telling, and also get to feature people who we think are amazing
Right.
and who should be better known in the world.
absolutely.
And hopefully, our major goal is to change the conversation a little bit about what it means to be a successful artist on Broadway.
Wow, amazing.
Lofty, I know.
So where do you see yourself like in 10 years? Never ask people that. I mean you played Louise, we got that done with.
Sure.
That's by the way, that's a Tony winning role. You win Tonys with that role. I'm just saying you picked a good one. People love to see somebody go from like shy nerdy girl to stripper.
Well, I'm pretty much a nerd all the time anyway, so
No.
it's really...
Now those Sweet Charity Girls are pretty sexy.
Yeah.
It's it's like a sexy, and this is like a sort of, at least Silverman has sort of a darker, like some of those scenes, like that one scene where the new girl comes in.
It's pretty...
Really interesting. Like there's like a lot of interesting things going on with sort of like the tone of it, because it's like the 60s. It could easily be like just like a flashy,
Yeah.
I'm a brass band, all that. But then there's all these and has it been fun to sort of explore that?
It's so fun. I think that's part of the genius of Lee, is that Lee always is so clear on exactly what the story is that she wants to tell. And everything you do on stage is in service to that story and in service to the dramaturgy that she's, set out to make happen. And I just, whatever cliff she wants me to jump off, I'm in.
I love that. David just started the hashtag Get Off My Pole.
I love
That's
you,
for
David.
Ben Brantley.
Thanks, Ben Brantley.
David also asked, who's been the most surprising interview subject you've had on the ensemblist?
Oh, God.
I'm sure that's hard to. And people, I can never answer that question. People ask me.
I might have to think about that.
They would
and-
blow your
and
mind.
Put a tweet out. We think it's really amazing when we get the most accomplished people, people who can't even remember all their Broadway credits, and we try to get something out of them, and they're like, I don't know, and then I did this. And you're like, but no, you don't understand how exceptional you are. Like, people who don't have a sense of, what they've accomplished sometimes I think that's the most mind-blowing thing. And so hopefully, sometimes we get them to realize that, what they've done is pretty
Well, I
freaking
applaud
cool.
that you're putting the spotlight on that. It's really wonderful.
Thanks.
Because there's so many great personalities that aren't the stars and aren't the the Tony winners, and it's a whole other thing, and
Yeah.
huge part of our world. So how do you get tickets to Sweet Charity? First of all, it's running through what, January 8th, right? January 8th.
Yes.
Are there tickets? Are there tickets? I don't know. Is there a way to get tickets? I don't know. There must be cancellation. There's a benefit coming up, I see. There's that. You can go on the New Group website.
Yep.
You can't get them on Broadway.com. So I'm just skipping that
I'm really
option.
sorry.
The New Group
Yeah, the New Group
website.
website. And I think
and
it's like single, there's like random single tickets. You know, it's only a 200-seat theater.
no bad seats.
No bad seats.
Yeah.
You will see more of a lot of people than you ever anticipated, whether you want to or not.
And you have to see it. It's really, really awesome.
Come see it.
Thank you so much for coming
Thanks for
in. It's
having
such a
me.
pleasure. And everyone, we'll see you, what day is it? Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow on Live at 5. It's not the weekend yet. We'll see you
Not quite.
tomorrow on Live at 5. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Bye.